time. Whoa, what a transition. Yummy sandwich. Creative mode fan. About time.
Hello and welcome here to the Fall Guys HQ. I'm Leah Alexandra and today we're getting into all things creative because, drumroll please, Fall Guys Creative is launching on the 10th of May. Yes!
Thank God it has an official
With the launch just around the corner, we thought today we'd dig
enough.
into all the juicy details about the latest update. But that's not all. We've got some exclusive teasers. That's right. We have so much exciting stuff planned for 2023 and beyond, and today we're going to take a sneak peek and meet the people who are making it happen. So let's get into it. And where better to start than with a quick chat with Creative Director Joe Walsh.
Yo, Mr. Walsh, what a legend.
Hello, Joe, and welcome to the beautiful Fall Guys HQ library. Now, you are here to talk about creative, but before we do that,
almost 9K
a few
people are
questions
watching
about
right now.
the
This is
direction the
crazy.
game has been going. So, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so it's been a long time in development, the new season update, and I think we want to mention that that's something that's kind of going to continue over the course of the year. We're looking to make some big changes to Fall Guys, and that means that seasons are going to get slightly longer to give us the time to kind of make those big changes. But there's going to be big additions happening during a season as well, so you aren't going to get those long droughts of content that we've maybe had in the past. It's worth talking about vaulting as well. It's always a hot topic with our community. That's something that's going to continue as we go into the new season. Old rounds are coming back, some of them are going into the vault, but it's worth mentioning that these things are like really paying dividends for the dev team. It's allowing us to really focus on the launch of the new season of Creative, which is, yeah, a big change to the game.
So, creative sounds like no small task. It must have been pretty difficult to implement such a huge part of the game. So, I mean, how was that for you?
Yeah, it's been the single biggest change that we've ever made to the game, and it's really exciting to finally give players like the keys to the kingdom. Basically, like we're finally going to see the types of rounds that people want to make, like crazy ideas that we could have never thought of as developers. And this is kind of only the start of it as well. Like the creative,
we're all about to go wild in that
the beginning. We're going to be adding new obstacles, new round types, new themes to creative as well. Yeah, it's all going to keep growing as we continue to support Fall Guys over the next few years.
So it really sounds like a cycle can develop. The players inspire the devs, devs inspire the players, and you all come up with something really interesting and unique together. But I mean, how is that going to shape the future of Fall Guys, do you think?
Yeah, so one of the main changes is that from now on, the dev team at Mediatonic are going to be using the creative tools to build levels for the game exclusively. That means that we can launch more content than we ever have before. With the launch of Season 4, we're going to be dropping over 50 rounds throughout the course of the season, which is way more than we've ever managed before. Another thing which is also really helpful is that for the first time we can start tweaking the levels over the air, so we won't need to push new updates live to fix bugs, which is, again, like a big problem we've always had with the game. So all of these things are just going to make the content so much richer and so much more varied from this point forwards, really.
And not to understate it, because that is really, really cool. The players are going to be using the same tools that the devs are using, and you know, getting a little taste of that game development process as well, which is
now,
really fun.
Exactly how much tool are we going to get, though? There's no way we get everything, right?
How would I share it?
Yeah, so once you've completed your round and you've proved that it's possible, you'll get a share code, and you can then share that code with your friends, and you can fire that up in a custom lobby with your friends or on your own if you just want to play.
Yes, they're in custom,
that's totally fine as well. We're going to be kind of curating the best rounds that are trending as well, and so each week we're going to be trying to put live a sideshow of all the best content from the community, and you might even get your round into main show. We're also going to be adding and improving the discoverability stuff, so hopefully in the future it'll just get even easier for you to find
to get a show on main show.
Very cool. Another work in progress. It just keeps getting better. Amazing. So you mentioned themes earlier. Each season does seem to have its own very, very specific theme. Is this season any different?
Season 4 is launching with a digital theme. It's sort of a pastel vaporwave inspired theme. And this theme is launching with a bunch of really cool retro digital costumes. and a new obstacle called the Boom Blaster as well, which is sort of a hybrid between Punch Glove and one of the lily pads as well. So something new for people to play with. All of this stuff is going into creative on day one for you to start making levels.
That looks sick though. What the hell?
Like it's gonna be
Why does that theme look so good?
So I cannot wait to get hands on with that and build with it as well from day one, which is very exciting.
It's really unique. It's really unique, and I like it.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch more stuff. The show selector is getting like a fresh coat of paint, so you'll be able to now have way more stuff live through the show selector.
What is this?
Kind of creative rounds, other stuff. Also, body blocking is something that we know the community has been improving to for a long time. So we've taken a look at the code there, and we're kind of changing the way you drop and bump against other players, so it should feel more fluid and more fun and more satisfying. Finally, we're going to be changing the way season passes work. Season passes are going away and we're replacing them with a shorter fame pass. So you're going to have multiple fame passes each season. These fame passes are going to be shorter, more bite-sized, 40 tiers to each one.
Wait, that pigeon looking kind of
so they're going to be cheaper.
Crazy.
This is going to allow players to kind of
I'm gonna cop that for sure.
in a more bite-sized way, which kind of matches the way that people tend to play Fall Guys. But they're still going to be full of amazing costumes, our own costumes, kind of collaboration costumes as well. So yeah, really excited.
I would like that trend if you do that with
Thank you so much, Jared. I cannot wait to dive in. And we actually have a sneak peek of the first Fame Pass right now.
I don't know how to explain it. All right, here we go. Fame Pass. I like those pigeon skins a lot. I really do. I don't know why I like them so much. So I'm guessing none of these stages will be vaulted, but I don't know. Well, the first Fame Pass seems alright. Other than the pigeon, nothing really stands out too much.
What did I tell you? We've only just started the show, and already we know that next season, your Fall Guys will step into the digital realm. Creators will be able to work with the same tools as the development team.
I think this update might be bigger than the
new rounds throughout the season.
I don't know.
You want more? Fine. Today's reveal is about giving you a full exploration of creative. So
we waited like
let's
6 months for this.
And jump on over to the Mediatonic studio, where the team there are going to walk us through how you go about creating a brand new round.
All right, here we go. The actual creator.
Hi everyone,
now.
I'm Adina.
And I'm Max.
And today we're going to show you creative and build a round together.
Yeah, so let's just get right into it. So from the get-go, we have the new creative tab where you can now create new rounds and load previous rounds, but we're going to start a new round.
Yeah,
so we're going to go straight into that. From the beginning, you can immediately see it's going to ask you what mode you want to make. For now, we're just going to build a race. There will be more coming eventually, but for now, we're just going to build a race and the same with the theming. So you can change the sort of theming of your race or
retro theme. What?
So we're going to go for original.
Just a bit of a disclaimer here. Remember that this is a dev build.
Yes.
And there could be some slight changes on release.
From the get-go, you're going to be greeted with a whole new UI.
The budget's 1,000 still.
When playing Fall Guys. First thing you're going to want to you're going to want to acknowledge is that in the top left.
How much does each item cost?
So you're going to need a start line and a finish line for a race. You'll also see that you can move the cursor around with the left stick, and obviously rotate the camera with the right stick. And we've got our start line here to get us started. A few things that when you're going to start building this round out is we've got our objects list. When you press right on the
yeah, they're a lot cheaper now, thank God.
A whole bunch of icons that might not.
They're a lot cheaper now.
So let's walk through it a little.
Let's go.
So we have our platforms tab, which is just our static geometry. Blocks and barriers, which are good little static bits of geometry that aren't quite floors and walls, but rather small little obstacles you can place. We have our moving surfaces. We have obstacles, which you'll all know and recognize, things like our pendulums and our cannons, and our little bits of decoration, which sort of add a little bit of flavor to your rounds, and you can use sort of and place them at the end to kind of give you around a bit of depth. You can see across all of the objects that you can place that there is a number attached to them. That affects your budget in the top right. Once you reach the end of that budget, you're not allowed to build anything else. For that reason, it's good to build the bare bones out of your round, get the basic gameplay concepts, and then add layers on top of that from there. In terms of your controls, you've got access to kind of going up and down, moving around.
I'm not too sure about that budget limit. That might be a little small, but I don't know.
Yeah, let's dive in.
First things first, we should probably figure out how many players we want our round to be, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go into changing our settings here. And
I think we should go for a medium.
You think medium?
Round, yeah.
So you don't want to build a small starting line and then an incredibly wide level. So we got our medium starting line.
Yep.
So Edie, I think you've got an idea of where we're going from here, right?
Yeah, I wanted to play with the DoorDash.
Okay, sure. Let's get some DoorDash doors in here.
Yeah.
3's looking a little small.
Yeah, make it 5.
Again, on each of our objects, you can change the properties of each object. Most of the objects
That's
have
the thing
different
I'm
properties,
excited
some
for,
in
like,
color, some to just general
like,
values. So in this
able to
instance,
change
I
the
can
properties
amount
and
of
all
doors
that.
and
I hope
how
we
many
can do
of
a
them will
lot with
actually
that.
be open or closed. What
But
are
I
you gonna do
guess
with this?
changing the properties
gonna
does
rotate
also
them
affect the budget, so.
horizontally.
So we're gonna line that up, and then we're gonna get
Whoa,
a
we're
bit of floor.
little bit of
we're flipping the
floor.
doors.
This will
What
snap. You have snap properties,
Which makes life way easier.
which does make life easier when you've not started
Okay,
to select
good.
your
We can.
tools,
We don't.
and
We
you
don't have
can
to worry about the
select
blocks
snapping.
being too.
So you can do camera snapping
That's
and
really
object
good.
snapping, and then we're gonna snap our DoorDash doors onto them, which is great.
Now I think you're gonna take all of that and make another level of it.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna go into our tools again. We're gonna go to multi-select. This allows us to create a paintbrush and select the objects we want to copy. We're gonna then copy those, bring them down,
And it makes it
try
fast as well.
and line that up. So if it doesn't line up, that's
Bro,
fine. You can just keep
vertical
moving it around
DoorDash.
until you feel it meets your perfect.
Bro, honestly, kind
we
of a
test that a little
vibe
bit?
though.
Yeah, let's give it a little test.
Vertical
So you come on in,
DoorDash,
you can
that's
press the button on
crazy.
the controller that stays at the top.
Yeah.
And you can just dive in, and
Literally
it
at
will.
any time
Yeah.
of the process.
It will put you where you select your cursor, so you can test from anywhere in your round. So we can see that that works. Copy this, do the same thing.
Yeah, third row of it. And that's what's really fun also with creative is you can use any obstacles and just rotate them,
Like,
try
look
to
at the
experiment
budget
with
limit.
them.
Do
That's
things that we've
literally
not normally done in our
150
previous
up to
rounds.
Exactly.
1,000.
So we're gonna
And it's
copy some more
3
platform. I think
DoorDash
this is a good place to get a little checkpoint in, which is sat in the platform section. Similarly with everything else, you'll see that it comes in a little too big for the level we're making. That's fine. We'll just bring this out, change the settings, make it a little smaller
Smaller.
to meet what we want,
Perfect.
and snap that in. Now, I've got an idea for this section. I'm thinking we get 2 slime platforms on either side with a conveyor coming against us and some little bollards to make it a bit sneaky.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we're gonna just make that quite thin, drag that out. As you can see, we're just grabbing objects from the object pool.
It seems like
copying
building level
them,
feels pretty
getting them to
quick.
perfect size.
It
and
doesn't
just
seem very
getting
time
them in.
consuming, to be
So we're gonna get
honest.
our bollards. We're gonna whack these in a nice little sort of triangular formation. Just so if we get a bunch of players funneling in, it's a little difficult. And then we'll copy.
Bro, I'm waiting for the
these.
Kaiser
So
levels,
with the
though.
paint tool, you don't have
Bro,
to
I can't
hold
wait
it.
to,
You
like,
can just kind
that's
of
gonna be fun.
drag things out
People
as you
making
want,
impossible
copy
levels
that.
and
I
people
don't
just
even have to
grind them out.
redo all of that
First
work.
person
So
to
we're
beat 'em.
now gonna select our final little bollard because we just want one in the middle. There we go. We've immediately got our 2 paths. We're now gonna get
conveyor you
the conveyor.
mentioned.
Yeah. So we're gonna set this in the settings. Similarly, we get a lot of options here. We're gonna set this to go to reverse. We're gonna have this at a normal speed because I think fast might be a bit
Will
too
be
much.
too fast.
Bit too much. And then we're gonna conjoin this with a standard platform, really short section, nice and sweet. Drag this out. And then because I'm feeling just a little bit fiendish, we're gonna get some hammers in
The
there as
level
well.
I wanted
Now,
to build
hammers, similarly, you
definitely
might have
can't
seen
be
sometimes
built,
they're
but
like in this
I'm
position
sure I
in
can come up
previous
with other
rounds.
ideas.
This time we're gonna have them sideways. So you can use the same object in a different way to achieve the same goal. We're gonna put that one there. We're gonna put this one here, and we're gonna rotate it round. Now, something you can do, if we go into play here, you'll see that they kind of go at the same time. And if that's what you want, that's great. But if you want something a little more chaotic, you can just put a little delay on them.
Perfect.
And then I'm thinking you get a checkpoint in there.
Yeah, little checkpoint after that section would be perfect.
Do the same thing. Actually, we can just copy this one. Because you know what? It saves time.
And exact same size as we need as well, so perfect.
So now that we've got this this checkpoint, and I did the previous section, what are you thinking we should do for the next
Yeah,
one?
so I was thinking that we could add a little bit of verticality again to the level because we went down. Let's go back up a little.
No,
what do you think?
I feel that. I can feel it. Yeah,
Cool.
let's do that. And this is what's great about creative. If you and your friends just
We're
want to
about
get
14
together,
minutes
kind of
in.
bounce ideas off each
And
other,
it's
and
supposed to
just
be 30
create something on the
minutes long, so
fly,
it's okay.
you
Yeah.
can do that.
Let's put a little drum on
Okay, yeah,
each
yeah.
of the path, adding a little Lily Lippers.
A little Lily
vibe.
Lippers inspiration.
Yeah, a little Lily Lippers inspiration to the level.
Don't walk
Now,
Lily
the drums are a
please.
bit tall, so
I need a
think
better
we might need to
PV.
add
Do you
in
need
some
the ramps?
Yeah, let's
You
get
need
some
to put
in there.
ramps.
As I said, like every object, these are customizable. So we kind of need the height here, so we're going to need to change the settings. We're going to need a larger slope. Maybe let's make it a bit shorter, and then change the color. Give it a little,
to make it different as well. From
the jumps
floor.
look so funny in the OG theme.
Extend this out by 1.
I couldn't help but notice.
A nice little ramp up.
They look so funny.
Now, after the drums, you can put little blocks, you know, to have a little platform to land on.
So let's do that, and then we'll cut this in.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly what I had in mind.
There we go.
Awesome.
I'm glad I'm reading your mind here. So what are you feeling after this?
So I want to make them different, you know, like 2 different
Okay,
challenges. I was thinking
pick a
for the left one, we could go with this fan, over there.
Okay, so let's get these fans in. You can see that when I try and place the object, it goes red. This is because the object itself is probably going to collide with the other object.
Let's change their settings.
Yeah, change the settings, yeah.
Anti-clockwise.
There's no pipes, unfortunately.
Normal as well. Give it a little bit of a delay, maybe.
Doesn't look like there's any pipes.
And this one clockwise
But
and fast.
Yeah, with a little more. I know
Or
what you're
big
going
fans
with
2.0. Someone's gonna make
And
an
then what do you want
all-fast
for-
version
what do
of
you
big
think for the other
fans.
side?
Maybe we'll go with the rotating beam. Yeah, the rotating beam.
I'm already there. Same thing as the other side. So immediately we can go in, play this, check this out. It's always worthwhile if you're going to build
There's an easy
split
way
path
and
round,
a
you wanna
fast
make sure
way.
that both sides are achievable. As you look at this, I'm awful at these, but oh no.
Well, you're doing great for someone who's awful at them.
And let's check the other side. Oh, whirligig vibes here. I'm feeling it. It's fine. We're all good.
Brilliant.
Now we need to bring these in line, and I have the perfect idea. We just get some seesaws. Yeah. And I love the little seesaws. They have this lovely white line, so you roughly know when you're looking at it from above
Perfect.
where
to
to
align
line them up. And we get that last one in there. Change the colors, just, you know, give it a little bit of flavor. Lovely.
Loving this, yeah.
And then another checkpoint.
Yeah, let's go.
Wonderful. And now I think we should do the last dash to the end of the level.
Wrap up the level.
Yeah?
Have a little idea of where I want to go there. Let's have some
You're gonna have a slime floor, aren't you?
slime floor and sliding down to the end.
Okay,
yes.
so they're sliding. They're
Can
sliding.
Can make it a little longer.
Yeah, a little longer.
Great, thank God.
And then we're gonna rotate this, give it a little slant, and then we're gonna get a
Copy
second
it.
one.
Make
get
it
Speed slider.
steeper. Oh,
That's
we'll
crazy.
get that in there, close we can.
Nice.
Lovely. We can give that a little test.
Yeah. I love that we can't see
Can't
the
see
second one.
Well, this just exudes chaotic vibes. So
It
let's keep this
Brilliant.
May
going.
10th.
I think you
May
could add a
10th,
little challenge
this
to
comes
it.
out.
Yeah?
And put some pendulums over there.
And then I'm thinking at
We're
the
gonna
end
be
of
able to
this,
do so
let's
much, I
have
feel.
one right at the end.
Cheeky.
The only limit we're gonna have is the
Very
budget, I
just to
feel.
kind of
Like, even
get
the
that
items
right
are not,
before we cross
like,
the finish line.
other than,
Create a
like,
lot
a
of
couple
warranties.
missing.
And then we're
Like,
gonna, I think we can place our
I don't
finish
think I
line.
saw
Yeah,
hex
let's
tiles
go.
yet.
And now I think
And, like,
that
the
is
pipes. But
our
other than that,
round.
like,
And look at that. It looks
honestly pretty
like a very
excited for
simple,
this.
straightforward round. We did this in a really short period of time, but
Yeah.
you already
Yeah,
have
that
something you
too.
can just
They
play
did it
and
in such a
test
short
out. So now that
time.
we're done,
Why was it so
we now
easy
need
to, like-
go through and
I've
publish
never
this.
done, like,
So
anything
what you want to do
creator on,
when
like,
you're ready
a
and you're done
controller
with your
before.
round, you're
Like,
gonna press
when I
the,
made levels in Mario
start
Maker,
button or the
I
button
always
appropriate
did
to your
touch screen.
controller. Firstly, I recommend saving. That will just automatically save the round and also
Cloudy
generic
Zebra.
settings so that you can adjust that later. It just makes sure you
Game
don't lose
rules.
progress while
What's
you're building
that?
things. And we're gonna hit the publish flow.
No,
Yeah,
what are
let's
the
go.
game
Let's go.
rules?
Gives a little intro camera
Hmm.
of the level
Cloudy
as well.
Zebra.
Something that you obviously probably recognized from our previous rounds. We wanted to make
probably
sure that
missed
you've
the
got
game
your
rules.
own little intro
Little
camera.
two-
All right, so let's see if we can
Let's go.
play this. Now,
Yeah.
so you can see because we changed the open doors, it's we set it to 2, right? So
Blue bubble
Yeah.
design, the RNG is at the beginning of the
awful at this.
stage.
Oh, I'm awful. Come on, there we go. I'm gonna take the risky
You're
route.
going to the path of most resistance here.
Something to take in mind when you're building these out is that depending on the amount of players you're building for, you'll want to make sure there's space for players to get through. So whilst it
It's
may
going to be
seem
hard to build
fairly
space for
easy on
60
your
player
own,
rounds.
it's
This is
probably
definitely not
gonna
a
be bit
60 player
harder when
round.
the
20
are going
players.
through, yeah.
Yeah. You are doing great.
No fails yet.
Yet.
All right, yet.
I don't want to jinx it.
Oh, you know what we
Yeah.
should have done? We should have changed
We should
the
have
pendulum
done,
timers.
little delays.
But that's the
Cinematic
thing, you
trailer
can
should
change
be
the
coming
flavor
out
however
soon.
you want it to,
I would think.
and, you know.
Unless
and
they
I
do it the
should've
day
jumped.
of.
Okay, I'll make sure I
The day
jump
before.
this time.
Yeah, this time do not forget to jump.
Sometimes I'm
You
just bad at that.
got it.
Yeah, all right,
Nice.
we got there. So now that we've done the test complete, and we can now choose to publish. So we can either cancel this if we want to make some changes, or you didn't like the round that you made. similar to the pendulums, where we realized they're all on the same timing, so we could change that if we wanted to.
I think we're good for this run through.
So let's just publish this, and that gives us our share code.
Yeah.
From there, you can like hand that around to your friends, put it out into the online community, and get players in your rounds.
Yeah, I hope this little run through gave you a good idea of what creative can do.
I'm gonna add that channel to my
it's
Discord.
Build your round,
That's for
play
sure.
it, and share it with your friends and the community. We're super excited to see what you guys can come up with and what you're gonna build. And yeah, we're looking forward to play what you're gonna make.
We've been doing this for a long time, so we're super excited to see the things that you folks create. But yeah, and I think that's it from us, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Catch you later.
Hey, we
See you
got
in
10
another
minutes for
video.
other things.
Bye.
What's coming up?
Build, play, share. It's as easy as that. Remember, Creative will be launching with original and digital themes, and you'll be able to create your own races on launch. But we'll also be adding more round types, themes, obstacles, and music in future updates. Whew. So, now you've heard all that, I think you're probably ready to jump in and start building. And we've got a few tips to help give you a boost. Firstly, make sure you're a member of the Fall Guys Discord server, where you'll be able to share your creations using your round share code. Next, if you're looking for some pointers or inspiration, then keep an eye out for our brand new YouTube series. Finally, the Mediatonic team will be roaming through their favorite creations to add to specially constructed creator round playlists, and they will be in the live shows tab. Now, who's your favorite Fall Guys character? Are you a fan of the mysterious Silent, the ever-optimistic Pink, or maybe it's the
cinematic trailers coming up.
Personally, I'm rather partial to Banana, something about those eyebrows. Well, we're lucky enough to be joined by senior writer Murray Lewis, who's going to take us on a deep dive into the world of Fall Guys lore.
Fall Guys lore? Oh my god.
Hello, Murray, and welcome to the library. We are surrounded by, if you have an eagle eye, you'll notice some of the characters here who do actually have quite a part to play in the story.
Mentioned.
Fall Guys. So as I'm introducing you to this library, why don't you tell us how you've introduced a narrative to Fall Guys and what that's been like?
I want that Dark Knight skin so badly, man.
It's been a lot of fun. You know, finding ways to introduce new characters, new stories to that world. It's very vibrant. It's very fun just to play around in, really. You know, having all these beans to tell stories with.
That's the sentence you ever expected you'd be saying, right? And then the sky's the limit when you've got like such a insanely like open concept universe, right, as Fall Guys. But there are some main characters at the moment, so why don't you tell us about who they are?
I think he's the biggest dub.
Going all the way back to the beginning of the original launch of Fall Guys, we've always had Pink, who is our kind of every bean, and also introduced slightly later, but has been around again for a long time, is Clovis, who is Pink's best friend, and they are an engineer. Cool, and then we started to introduce more narrative-focused characters like Silent, who is a showrunner. They do their best to just create the best shows. I can't believe we're getting an entire section, but they also have this fascination
for cinematic
with the
trailers.
Of Fall Guys,
and it's not even a cinematic trailer. It's talking about the characters,
of the world that they're in, and then they're helped by Banana, who is their assistant showrunner. And then more recently, we've started to introduce characters like Hypebean, who you would have seen in the trailer for Free For All. They're kind of a celebrity in the world of Fall Guys in the Blunderdome. And then we've also got Stash and Sally, who you would have seen at the end of that trailer, and also we brought them into the following season, a kind of a duo of researchers that work with Silent.
Quite a big cast so far. I mean, is that going to continue to expand, or are you done?
No, absolutely. We've got lots of upcoming new characters. We would have seen King Poseidon that we introduced in this season in Sunken Secrets, recently emerged. And moving forwards into next season, I can now reveal a new character called Digi that we're going to be introducing.
Yeah, Digi. We know about Digi.
Who is also an engineer like Clovis. At the moment, she's currently missing. So we're hoping to
She's missing?
Into, you know, what happened to Digi, where has she been, what's she been up to.
Yeah, I love a good mystery. Okay, all right. Well, speaking of mystery, for the uninitiated, why don't you give us a recap of the main Fall Guys story so far?
I mean, if we take it back to when we first introduced Silent, it's a few seasons ago, we would have seen them initially putting together the plans to launch the satellite, which became the satellite of the Free-for-All season. But they had a bit of an ulterior motive. So they weren't just doing it to broadcast the show across the universe.
Oh.
They also have this mysterious belt that they've been holding on to. They don't know exactly where it came from, but they know it's not from the Blunderdome, and they've been trying to work out where it came from. And so they sent this satellite up in the hopes of finding
this one
it.
single
But
accessory
Stash
has
and
so much
Sally,
more
being
behind
Stash
it
and Sally,
that nobody uses.
kind of messed it all up. And it got to the point where Silent was like, you know what, I'm just going to go up there and do it myself. And they started looking for this signal, and they found a signal coming from the planet. But as they found it, something went wrong, and it got Silent stuck inside the machinery of the satellite, and Banana had to actually come to their rescue, as you would have seen at the end of that season.
That's why we love Banana.
Always there to help out.
Yes.
And pulling Silent out of that machinery kind of caused this energy burst that opened up one last big portal, and that became
I'm
our
waiting for
way
the eyebrow
down
accessory. No
to the
cap.
source of this signal that Silent found.
Okay.
And that was the Lost City. When they got there, it seemed empty, but turned out that the
Almost as empty as the
beings
season,
led
gosh
by
dang.
Poseidon were just hiding, waiting in the shadows, being like, do we trust these beings? We've never seen these beings before.
Scoping out the newcomers. Yeah, to go do it.
And then they've emerged now and they're happy to make friends.
So we've got to this point now where Digi has been missing for a little while. We've got a bit of a mystery to solve there. So where do we go from here?
It's a good thing you asked. We do actually have an event.
Bro, we need
called
trailers
Coin
though.
Quest. The players can hopefully jump in and find out.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much, Murray. And right now we have a quick look at the teaser for Coin Quest. Check it out.
Coin Quest. Dude. This event's been out for a few days already. Why are you oh my god. We don't want this. Why? I asked for a trailer, not a freaking Coin Quest thing that we already
Don't forget to check out the Coin Quest and help Silent and the rest of the gang to prove their worth to Poseidon. Well, there you have it. Everything you need to know to get you ready for the big release on May the 10th. We'll see you next time. Bye. Wait, I almost forgot. I promised earlier that we were going to look at what else is planned for the future.
Wow, that was so
and
unpredictable.
I don't break my promises. So let's get into it. One little warning before we dive in, these features are very much still in development, which means they could change drastically.
That means
before
another
release,
super long season
never
is going to
even
come up
see
in
the
the
light of day
future.
outside of the Mediatonic studio.
At least we'll have creative this time.
So you've been warned. Now we've got that out of the way, let's head back over to Joe for some exclusive details. Welcome back, Joe. We've dragged you back in because we want to talk about some experimental features, and they aren't a guarantee. I need to reiterate, need to make it clear, not a guarantee, but still very exciting to think about. So, how does it feel to talk about these?
Yeah, it's certainly scary. We never really talked about features that were kind of early in development before, but I think it's really important that we take an opportunity to kind of show our players our ambitions for the game over the next years. We want to do more and more with these silly little jelly beans that we have. Like, we love them so much, and I just think there are so many great ways that we can take this game. And yeah, wanted to have an opportunity to kind of peel behind the curtain a little bit and show what it's like to develop things earlier on in development.
So which features are you most excited about?
Power-ups is a way to kind of inject kind of even crazier gameplay into Fall Guys in a way that we haven't really been able to find a space for yet.
No.
So kind of allowing Fall Guys to do weird and wonderful things and giving players the control over like when they happen is something that I think is really cool. And all of this would kind of be delivered through creative as well. So you could maybe put power-ups in your own levels and certain places.
Bro, what was that?
So of course, again,
what was that?
We have to say that these might not happen, they might happen,
An
but
explosive
anything else you
bird?
conceived that
Double
might change the
jumps?
game?
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff that we've been playing around with over the past year that it's just fun to show demonstrations of, really. Tether mode is something we've been making, which is basically if you imagine co-op Fall Guys with giant bungee cords between you.
Okay, all right. How does that work? You just start at the beginning tethered to each other?
Yeah,
or?
we've been playing it where you're tethered, and if you run
This
kind
could
of
be
either
in
side of the
Fun
pillar,
Duo,
you both
maybe.
get pulled back.
Oh my gosh.
And you can kind of pull the other person up if they fall off the mat. We've had lots of fun testing that, and it feels very promising.
God.
That's pretty fun. That could be
That's
troll
so
or
cursed.
incredibly wholesome, depending on how you
Yeah,
utilize
exactly.
it.
And that's kind of one of the ways we've been looking at co-op gameplay in the game, for example. Like, we know players
I don't know
love
how I
playing
feel about
Fall Guys,
this,
maybe
though.
not in a competitive setting, and we think it'd be really fun to kind of look at what co-op might be, for example. Another thing that we've been doing, for example, is the role feature, which was adding new movement to the Fall Guy in a way that's like even more adventurous than dive spikes. So what would it feel like if you could curl up into a ball and bounce your way around levels, bounce off hammers and things like that?
What kind of parkour
Sounds like even more infuriating.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, lots to do there, and just it's just fun to kind of show the
Bro, there are gonna be people that are gonna analyze frame by frame,
and just
and they're gonna find out something incredibly insane about this.
Obviously, players can see just how far the game has come, and it's come a very long way since
wall
inception,
jump.
But for you,
Someone mentioned wall jump in
more
chat. Yeah, like,
yeah, I mean, it's
wall
been an
jumping.
amazing ride. I think one thing
What
we
is
always
this?
wanted, you know, before the game even came out, we talked about one day allowing players to make their own levels, and so finally to be at the point where creative has nearly launched is really exciting. I think Fall Guys is in a special place where, you know, anybody can make a level. Like, you just have to throw a couple of obstacles and a start and a finish line, and hope that this could be the opportunity for people who've maybe never tried their hand at game design before. But yeah, more generally, it's been a real ride. We haven't got everything right. You know, we've made mistakes over the course of development, and I kind of just wanted to take the opportunity to thank our players for sticking with us as we try and figure out the weird and wonderful world of Fall Guys. It's been a real journey, and yeah, excited to take the game from creative beyond into kind of weird and wonderful directions over the next few years.
Weird and wonderful, definitely the words I would use for it. Thank you so much, Joe, and thank you to all of you for watching at home.
Okay,
Remember,
I think that's
Creative does come out on May the 10th, so dive in and have fun. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Oh, here we go. I'm trying to look for the new skins. Oh, I saw cheese. I saw a cheese costume there. Oh, I saw a couple of monsters there. Okay. I really like this new theme though. I'm not even gonna lie. I like it a lot. Even the slime has a bunch of squares. Alright, that's it. Man, rip Ellie though. No Ellie appearance. I'm so sad.